On New Paltz. I'm Rosalba Correo.
And I'm Katie Bompancero. Here are today's top stories.
In international news, top U.S. counterterrorism officials have been warned that the number of foreign fighters traveling to join ISIS ranks is increasing at an alarming rate. Nicholas Rasmussen, director of the National Counterterrorism Center, said more than 20,000 fighters from more than 90 countries have traveled to the ISIS battlefield. Rasmussen said in a testimony, quote, "It exceeds the rate of travelers who went to Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, Yemen, or Somalia at any point in the last 20 years. Of those fighters, an estimated 3,400 are assumed to come from Western countries, including more than 150 from the United States."
In national news, a 46-year-old man has been charged with murder in the shooting of 3 students in an apartment near the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill campus. Police stated that an ongoing neighbor dispute over parking may have been a factor in the shootings Tuesday evening. The 3 victims, Daya Shadi Barakat, 23 years old, Yusur Mohammed, 21 years old, and Razan Mohammed Abu Salha, 19 years old, were all shot in the head. The suspect, Craig Stephen Hicks, turned himself into police later on Tuesday night and is being held in the Durham County Jail without bond. Given that the victims were Muslims, and comments the alleged shooter left on a Facebook page, many social media users wonder what role, if any, the victim's faith played in the attack.
An 11-year-old girl in Ohio has been charged with murder after she allegedly beat a 2-month-old baby to death. The girl, whose name is not being released due to her age, went before a juvenile court judge Monday and was ordered to undergo a mental competency exam before her next appearance. The incident took place Friday at an apartment in the city of Wickliffe, about 17 miles outside of Cleveland. The accused mother was babysitting the 2-month-old, and the young girl wanted to give her mother a break from taking care of the newborn. After the mother fell asleep, the girl took the young child, Zuri Whitehead, upstairs and woke her mother up 45 minutes later, claiming something was wrong with the baby. Zuri was taken to a hospital after suffering massive injuries to her brain, liver, spleen, and kidney, and unfortunately passed away during surgery. Stay tuned for local news. Within the past 2 weeks, the SUNY New Paltz administration has canceled classes multiple times due to the inclement weather. With more cancellations than usual, this has had a significant impact specifically on Monday classes. It is now the 3rd week of classes, and some students have not had one Monday class yet. We spoke with students to hear concerns and opinions on the recent cancellations and how they feel it will affect their classes.
Hello, I'm Josina Campbell, standing here in front of the Student Union building. Recently, the SUNY New Paltz campus has been receiving an excessive amount of snow, causing professors and administration to cancel classes. Some students have not had the chance to have Monday classes and are in fear of what the semester may have in store for them. We had a chance to speak with students and see what they had to say. Let's take a look.
I think it piles on a lot of work that I have to do individually instead of getting instruction from my professors, which is harder for me because I have to teach the material to myself.
I think it's better for professors to find alternate ways. My mom has actually suggested us Skyping, doing a virtual class, and I think that's beneficial to us as well.
Well, I feel like the snow day removal was it's going to sound kind of rude, but half done, because I went places on the snow day and I still didn't feel safe walking. I mean, I know that they did it so you didn't walk to class, but there still could have been some basic maintenance.
They're going down to Vandenberg. I didn't know how I was going to get there. I had to walk into the snow rather than walk on the sidewalk because I didn't have good traction on my shoes, and the sidewalks weren't paved at all.
Here at the Student Union, I'm Josina Campbell.
The Dorsky Museum recently opened a new exhibit titled Video Freaks, The Art of Guerrilla Television, an exhibition about one of the pioneer production groups that formed when the consumer video was first introduced in the late 1960s. One of their members, Chuck Kennedy, was later an employee in the New Paltz Media Center and left behind some equipment that they used, now on display. On New Paltz's own Naya Bonilla recently visited the Video Freaks exhibit. Let's take a look. You can find the packages for these stories at WNPC-TV.org.
Hi, I'm Brett Linehan,
I'm Naya Bonilla.
and here is your sports and entertainment news.
Despite shooting 82.4% from the free throw line, the SUNY New Paltz men's basketball team lost a SUNY Athletic Conference game to Oswego 71-47 on Tuesday night at the Max Seal Gymnasium. The Oswego Lakers led from start to finish, shooting 43.1% from the floor and 36% from beyond the three-point line. Oswego also scored 31 points off 20 Hawk turnovers and held a 40-34 edge in rebounds. New Paltz drops to 10-11 overall with this loss and is visiting SUNY Geneseo this Friday.
Jon Stewart has officially announced he is stepping down as the host of The Daily Show. There's currently no word on when exactly he's leaving, though Comedy Central released a statement Tuesday saying, quote, "Jon will remain at the helm of The Daily Show until later this year." While fans are shocked, many are calling for Stewart's newly opened seat to be filled by a more diverse candidate than those currently hosting late-night television programs. Stewart has not made any statements as to whether he is leaving the long-running show to further pursue his directing career, or if he simply needs a break from winning all those Emmys.
The New Paltz women's cross-country team has earned United States Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association Division III All-Academic status. The Hawks, under 8-year head coach Mike Trunks, earned a team grade point average of 3.30 and are among 211 women's programs nationwide to earn the honor. To be considered an all-academic team, programs must have compiled a cumulative GPA of 3.10 or greater and competed in at least 5 different meets with at least 5 runners representing their school at each. New Paltz placed 4th of 10 teams at the 2014 SUNYAC Championships on November 1st and finished 14th of 40 teams at the NCAA Division III Atlantic Regional Championships.
Things are not looking good for Brian Williams. Several days after admitting that he lied about being in a helicopter that was under fire during his time reporting in Iraq, Williams has been suspended from NBC Nightly News for 6 months without pay. Lester Holt will stay on as the show's interim anchor until Williams returns. Journalists are now scrutinizing several other stories that Williams has told over the years, including a claim that Hezbollah rockets flew just beneath an Israeli helicopter he was riding in, and the details of his visits to post-Katrina New Orleans in 2005. In an official notice about Williams' suspension, NBC News President Deborah Turnus referred to the situation as, quote, "a very hard decision, but we believe this suspension is the appropriate and proportionate action."
That's all for this week's news. I'm Rosalba Correa.
And I'm Katie Bompancero. Thank you for tuning in.